Oh, hello, welcome to the Salty Boys Show. Alex and Joe, Joey and Alex, a fantasy football love story. Do, Salty Boys Show. Stay salty.
Oh, hello, Joe. Woo! You gotta do it again. I feel like you burped in between that. Give me another strike. Woo! Okay, I think you're doing it so loud your mic can't pick it up, so that's great for everyone else. But
Good.
hello, and welcome to the Salty Boys Show. It's Alex and Joe, and Joey and Alex.
Yeah, perfect.
So we're into quarterbacks this week, 12 of them coming your way. But first, we'll start with the injury report, Joe. We got a lot to talk about.
We do.
So the first segment of the day will be the injury report brought to you by
Biomorph.
Biomorph. Follow them for all your workout needs.
Stretch it out! Stretch it out! Stretch it out!
And the 49ers. Because they've had all the camp injuries. They've had all the issues.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with the big one. Ricky Pearsall, RIP. Career over.
I can confirm he was not shot again, but he's not doing too good, man.
Career's over. I'm not even being crazy. I think career's over.
Yeah, poor guy. What is his second year in the league or something like that? Jeez.
But he's turning 27 this year.
Yeah, late rookie. What are you
He's old as shit. And now he's on his second PCL injury, so it's not looking good for him.
No.
But then your boy DEEBO signs.
Mm-hmm. DEEBO's back. DEEBO's back. Is she fat? DEEBO's back.
What do you think that does fantasy wise? Where do you think he's gonna finish?
DEEBO's gonna be I don't know, man.
Would you take him as your wide receiver 3?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I just think so. We had this conversation off camera, and it was like, well, think about DEEBO when he was with Commanders, and then you had your own argument. Jane Daniels, we doing Commanders, but Jane Daniels was like hurt at the end of the year, or even in the middle of the year. He was hurt the whole year. Let's not play stupid. DEEBO didn't fit good with the Commanders. I just think his home, he likes that power plant over in Sanford, man. That's Dude, just like
I'm sorry, that's real. I will put on my tinfoil hat and that shit's real.
But it's the opposite for DEEBO. DEEBO just powers up. He's like a fully energized bunny, dude.
Because he has no muscle. It's all fat. Fat.
Sure. You see his six-pack, dude? It's like my six-pack of rolls.
Disgusting. I will not be drafting DEEBO. I think he will not be on the team by week 6.
I think he's wide receiver 2 this year.
Well, for them or overall?
Yeah, for them. No.
For them.
Wide receiver 2 for them.
I think he's going to finish wide receiver 57 overall.
I was going to say 35, so.
35, but that's nice. That's being considerate. Yeah. I originally put down Evans to the moon, but he now has a hamstring injury, so they're holding him out.
What do you expect?
Nothing. But then Devon Stribling hamstring injury, Christian Kirk injury, Jordan James injury. It just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop, and this hurts me because I really want Purdy to be great.
Yeah, and that's why Purdy's not Purdy this year. So it's I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do.
They're gonna sign Kendrick Bourne. And all will be okay.
No, it's Stephon Diggs. Why not? Go for it.
Actually, I don't mind that. Just get all the old men together and just keep it nice.
Well, the energy plant will work wonders on that old squad.
Do you think Mike Evans has a wide receiver 1 year?
No.
Okay.
Dude, I do not like Mike Evans this year. You're high on him. I don't know. I don't see, like, he was hurt last year, and yes, when he was playing, he was Mike Evans. But
you want to know the kind of season I see from him? Devontae Adams last year. Just end zone stuff, like 600 yards, 15 touchdowns.
Maybe. I mean, don't get me wrong, dude. I like Mike Evans. I've always liked him. I thought he respected the game. He respected the game the way he should. I don't know. There comes a time when it needs to end, and maybe he doesn't. Like, look at DeAndre Hopkins. He's like What team did he just sign with? Like
Oh
for
my God.
coaching?
It
What was
was
it?
some stupid college
I keep want to
team.
say Wake Forest, but it's not Wake Forest. Oh,
No.
Georgia Tech.
Was it Georgia Tech?
I don't know. We're gonna
Bleh,
get laughed at, but it's
bleh,
no, it is. It was Georgia Tech, I think. But anyways,
bleh. Fact check me.
all,
Bleh.
all I'm saying is like I don't think Brock Purdy's gonna ruin Mike Evans' career, but look what happened with Debo when Debo went to not Debo, sorry. Hopkins went to where did he go?
Cardinals?
Was it
Cardinals?
Baltimore? I feel like Lamar
Baltimore
ruined his career.
Cardinals, Chiefs.
Yeah. But it's like when he left the Texans,
It was Georgia Tech.
yeah, Georgia Tech. Okay. Yeah. But anyways, I don't know. I like Mike Evans. I feel like he's getting injured a lot more. His hamstrings have been an issue.
So
I
you
think
don't
he
think he gets a
finished
full season? You don't
wide
see a full
receiver
season.
15. Wide receiver 15 this year.
Oh, Joey, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's whatever. I'll take it. I don't think there
Just
were
on touchdowns.
any. I don't think there were any other major injury issues.
AJ
Jordan
Brown left the practice facility early yesterday, I believe. Nothing came out about it.
Mike Vrabel
I,
not concerned with AJ Brown.
yeah. So, but that's the only one that I
Oh,
heard through the grapevine.
he dislocated his thumb.
Oh, okay, whatever. He's fine.
Yeah,
As
he
long
only
as
needs his hands to catch the
I
ball.
was gonna say, he's fine, dude. It's just dumb. He catches with his fingertips. So, as long as AJ Brown can stay healthy from the waist down, I'm fine.
Yeah, I know. We all know why you need the waist down.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that does it for the injury report. Let's take a see if there's any new news today.
Going
I
on.
did hear Malik Neighbors looks
God.
much better than the last time we saw him. Much
Playing
better.
softball.
And I heard he looks fluid. I heard he's running routes. He's not doing anything full contact, but I heard much better than the last time we saw him.
Oh,
And then
that's good.
the only other one would be Kenyon Sadiq. He just had a setback with his hernia, but we don't care about Jets. So
No.
yeah, all right.
I plan not to talk about them much on this podcast.
Nope.
So
Yeah. Spoiler: Geno Smith not in my top 12.
he's not even my top 30. So
all right, let's move on. We are going to move into the Salty QB rankings, top 12.
Top 12 quarterbacks, double stack, snack wrap. Top 12 salty quarterbacks.
And we can also talk tiers because the first tier is one guy and it's one guy only. And
Mhm.
number one, his name is Josh Allen.
he's QB1.
And there's not much else to say about it. I don't see any slowdown. I don't see any change. Josh Allen, the Stallion, QB1 across the leagues.
Because why, Alex?
Because he's
DJ
beautiful.
Moore about to have a breakout.
Oh
year,
my
dog.
God, not more DJ Moore content. I can't do any more DJ Moore content. I hate him. If I
He's
can
gonna
literally,
He's gonna have a career year this year.
his final stat line is going to be 72 targets, 34 receptions for 304 yards. He's gonna suck so bad. He's going to suck so bad.
104 catches, 204 targets, and 850 yards receiving with
850 yards. That's it.
6. Yeah, because he's gonna be like a more like 30 and in type guy.
So wait, you're telling me he has 100 receptions on 200 targets, a 50% catch rate, and
Yeah, he has like 8 yards a
800
carry, 8 yards a catch. Is that the math?
Yeah, all right, Joe. I will take your stat line, and I will bet.
No, I wasn't being serious, but I think DJ Moore is a good year. So, anyways, let's not get held up on one. Josh Allen.
Well, you brought up DJ Moore.
I know, but I think Josh
Allen.
Josh Allen had no receivers last year.
He never has any receivers.
He had
never
Kincaid.
has any.
He had
never has
Kincaid.
any.
That was it.
Mahomes
good.
He never has any. He never has any.
Okay.
All right. So Josh Allen, number one.
Tyreek Hill was nothing, I guess.
All right, number two, got a little bit of discrepancy. I think you have a little bit of a homer pick.
I don't believe so, but go. Yeah, it's a fine.
I have Joe Burrow. You have
Drake May.
And I have Drake May at 3. So I don't have him too far away from 2.
Mm-hmm.
You have Joe Burrow at 4, not too far away from 2. So we have them in the same realm. I do think Drake May's rushing is real nice. I just think Joe Burrow this year throws for 5,000 yards and 40 touchdowns. I think it's one of those. I think it's one of those years. I think he's the MVP this season. I truly think he is going to just be obscene for fantasy. And if you can stack him with Higgins or Chase, you're winning. You're
No,
winning.
I don't disagree with you. Drake May, what he did last year with like a 40-year-old receiver, and what he did with like second year wide receivers, even first year wide receivers, just screams volumes to me. Not to say he was the second, run or the first runner up for MVP. And I know, like, I don't want to get to Matthew Stafford, like he's down my list, but that's just because of an age thing. But Drake May, especially with the addition of AJ Brown, I mean, am I a little
And Dobbs.
homer? And Dobbs, yeah, and Dobbs.
I think
but, like,
Dobbs is such an upgrade at wide receiver too. I mean, I don't think
yeah,
he's better than Diggs, but I think Dobbs is such a solid end
yeah,
zone threat. He was so good for Green Bay when they needed him. I think he's under the radar, such a good flex play week to week because he's going to be taking the wide receiver 2 snaps. And the less we have to rely on like Hunter fucking Henry and shit like that, like I think Dobbs and AJ Brown.
Vacation Booty is going to be a sick wide receiver 3.
I think Booty is going to be a great deep threat. I think all three of them will have their weeks. I do think Dobbs is an every week flex play because of May. I think their passing volume is so high, and then he does have that rushing baseline. Biggest concern with May is strength of schedule is obscene this year. They have one of the hardest schedules, so it's going to be a test.
He got pushed around a lot last year.
He did, but like you're right with you add AJ Brown.
Yeah, I know.
I've
got the goosebumps. So
yeah, you add AJ Brown, you can't really move down a list.
He was flirting with 3, but ultimately I put him at 2 just because of like the weapons he added and how he was last year. So that's why I made my pick at the 2.
But also year 3, Lamar Jackson, who is my 4, so that we have the same top 4. Lamar Jackson obviously hurt last year, was not playing like he should have been playing. A lot of runs he just wasn't really running. He was just kind of going out of bounds. I do like their new offensive coordinator. He has a fun name. Declan Doyle. I like Declan Doyle. He's a little bit younger. He runs a lot of motion. He runs a lot of like just different plays. I don't know what tree he comes from, but it's not just like some old man shit anymore with like Harbaugh. Like it's gonna be like a fun offense again. I think that's why I think Zay is going to be really good because it's going to be moved around. It's going to be different. It's not going to be the same things.
Pin the breaking news. Pin the breaking news.
What's the break? What is it?
It's breaking news today.
I guess we could have talked about we could have talked about Zay and Bijan getting that shmoney. But yeah, what do you feel about Lamar?
Lamar. I guess like once again, he's a top 3 QB. I know I kind of gave him a little junk last week, I believe, but I think Lamar's Lamar. He's gonna get his rushes. He's a strong thrower. Still got Mark Andrews, even though it's bleh. But Zay Flowers, I know I gave him crap last week. But Zay Flowers, I know he's a good guy. I know he's a good wide receiver. So I just think overall, Lamar's going to play at that MVP-ish level this year. I don't think he's going to be the MVP, but I think he's going to have a good season. I know he was kind of like, stung with some injuries last year, or injury, I should say, here and there. But other than that, I think he's going to be. By the way, Declan came from the Bears. It looks like,
but Ben Johnson, okay. So Lions.
Yeah, he was the offensive coordinator last year for the Bears. Okay. But yeah, so overall, I think Lamar that's why he's my 3. I think overall he's just gonna have a good year.
Who's
Lamar
your MVP?
Year.
Who's your MVP? I got Burrow.
Okay,
you can take Burrow too.
No, I'm not. I'm going dark horse MVP here, and that brings us because we already said Joe Burrow was my 4. That brings us to our number 5 here. Justin Herbert, I think, is at that prime in his career where he could 100% win the MVP this year.
Now, I am 100. I like it. We're going to talk OCs again. Mike McDaniel, great change of pace for what they were doing. He's going to be great for that offense. He has the weapons. it's there. The recipe
Mhm.
for him to have that insane season is there, but it's been there a few times. And that's my
Yeah.
only thing is he needs to start cooking because you
Mhm.
can have all the ingredients, but the chef needs to put it together. So
Right.
this is on Herb, and I need Big Herb to. I trust me. Not gonna go into spoilers, but when we talk stacks, we're talking the Chargers again
Yeah.
because I think Big Herb is going to be
Oh,
amazing,
oh,
especially at
I'll
his
get
draft
into that
price.
when we get to that. But yeah, no, I 100% agree. And the biggest thing for me is Justin Herbert got his freaking offensive line back.
Well,
Like
yeah,
when his
it's
offensive line
so
was there,
huge.
he was fuck it, I'll say it, elite QB in my
Oh, he
opinion.
was. He's a top 5 quarterback when he
Some people
can throw the
argue,
ball.
but yeah, no.
When
And
he
I've
can
been
throw the
saying
ball, he's a
that,
top 5 quarterback.
dude. I've been saying that. I want to say when he got into the league, but I've been saying that for quite a while. Like,
I have Herbert at 7. That's no knock. The only reason Herbert's down at 7 for me is the lack of rushing. But I do think passing wise, he's gonna have if he's gonna have an outlier year, it's this year. And I can't wait to see how Mike McDaniel uses him because I do think Mike McDaniel is one of those situations where he's a better OC than he is a head coach, and they're just
yep,
gonna let him cook. They're
Josh
just gonna
McDaniels, Josh
well,
McDaniels,
100%.
Mike
I think,
McDaniels.
yep.
Like,
It, it,
yeah.
it goes together. It's the pipeline of being a shithead coach and a great OC.
So real quick,
Yep.
Herbert's been in the league for 5 years.
5 years.
He in 2024 when he had his healthy offensive line the whole year basically.
Yep.
He threw for 3 interceptions. Last year he didn't have an offensive line. He threw for 13 interceptions. That
Yeah.
brings to your point of the lack of rushing. Yes, he has trouble getting out the pocket. So as long as you have protection, he makes good throws. He makes good decisions. I rest my
Yeah.
case.
And but my thing with Herb is the pocket quarterbacks, they have to have outlier seasons to finish top 3 in fantasy.
Yep.
They like, Herbert could have a legit 32 touchdown, 3,500, 3,800, and like have a very good year and still finish QB9. Like he needs to be at 4,000, 4,500, 35 plus touchdowns, interceptions under 8. And I think he can do it. I
Yeah.
think he can do it.
Yep.
Now, someone who you probably don't believe in, and I very much believe in, my number 5, Caleb Iceman Williams.
I have him at 9. So
you have him at 9, and he's my guy, so I'm going to talk about him.
Yeah, that's
Caleb
fine.
Williams is going to take that Josh Allen jump this year. His accuracy is going to take a huge percentage jump. He is the dude. And if I could pick someone other than Burrow to be MVP, it would be him. He's the next Mahomes. He can escape everything. He can make every throw. And the only thing he needs to fix is his accuracy and his composure. And I think Ben Johnson's the coach to do that. And no curse on Madden. I think Caleb Williams is going to have everyone buying stocks in the Bears, whether it's Luther Burden, Roma Dunze, Colson Loveland, DeAndre Swift, Kyle Monangai. It's going to be the hottest squad in fantasy this season, with every single one of them being relevant. And it all starts with the Iceman, Caleb.
Caleb Williams is going to have a year like how boring their jerseys are, or like the jerseys are like Caleb Williams is in my top 10.
What's the and about him,
Caleb
Meryl
Williams is my
Streep?
top 10. I just like, I don't, dude, if he didn't throw that blind Hail Mary, I think was it the playoffs or was it the game before the playoffs? He threw this like blind Hail Mary, caught it at the end of the game. Don't get me wrong, Caleb Williams had a good end of the year. What I will say is Caleb Williams, watched a lot of games of him. He wasn't consistent enough for me to be top 5 or top 5 because you have him 5. He wasn't consistent enough for me.
And that's what's going to change, Joey.
Yeah,
he's
but
going
I don't
to be
think so.
so good this year.
I think he shouldn't. I don't think he should have been the number 1 overall pick. He was number 1 overall pick after he went like 5 and 8. 7 in college, dude.
Hater,
It
dude.
was terrible.
Hater. Oh, we're moving on because you're just a hater and you are a prude because he paints his fingernails and you paint your toes.
No one can see it.
So let's talk about year 6 first because he's your favorite quarterback, someone you actually drafted twice in one draft. Say
Yep.
his name.
Dak Prescott, baby.
Dak Prescott, who I have down at 8. Love me some Dak.
He's my
Think he's
6th.
gonna
Let
have
me
a
talk. I think we talked about it last week. He passes like 35 passes like a game.
Oh yeah,
He's
high volume.
high in, but and also yes, he overthrows people. He has problems with interceptions, but he has arguably two. Well, they're both in my top 12 last week, but like obviously you have CD Lamb. Oh my God,
Pickens.
thank you. Jeez, that was bad. Pickens and CD Lamb. I mean, and he's one of the best passer. I hate saying the best passer, but he's one of the most consistent, I guess you could say, in deep balls. I think that
He statistically throws one of the best deep balls in the game.
yeah, and that's kind of, I mean, CeeDee Lamb sometimes does his little short routes, but Pickens is the deep mother trucker. And so I think that's why I think Pickens will have a good year. CeeDee Lamb's gonna have a good year. I think Dak has a good year. Easily my top 6.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I like Dak. I have Jaden Daniels. You have Jaden Daniels down at 8. Daniels at 6 is just pure rushing. I don't like the Commander situation. I like the Cowboys assets for fantasy much, much more. But rushing in fantasy is a cheat code that I think Dak just doesn't have anymore. So that's the only reason I got Daniels up there. I'm not a huge Daniels believer, but like he's still really good at the position. I think it's going to be a tough year, but fantasy wise, I think Jaden Daniels will be good for everybody. And then 7, what?
If he stays healthy, but yeah.
Oh, they said if he stays salty. I was like, he isn't. So at 7, I have Big Herb, who we already talked about. So over to you for number 7 on your side.
Yeah, I got Matthew Stafford, and I guess I made the argument of Drake May being first runner up for MVP. Obviously, Matthew Stafford won it. I don't think he should have won it, but anyways, Matthew Stafford. I just think the age is why I have him so low.
I think we pretty much align on Matthew Stafford.
He has back issues going into training camp. I know that was last year. I talked about it. His shoulders every year. There's concerns about his shoulder, back. He's getting up there in age. I know Father Tom Brady, would make the argument of, no, if you have the right trainer, you could do anything. But Matthew Stafford, I think he's going to be solid, and I think it's mainly because of the core he has around him. But that's kind of why I have him down at 7, just because of the age aspect.
Yeah, I totally agree. And like when you get older, your body doesn't age faster. Like it doesn't heal faster. So if he does get another injury, like it could be the last one. And the back injury too. This has been he broke his back way back on the Lions and played a full season with it. Like he's always had back issues. So if there is even any inkling of that in the preseason, like red flags, like I'm scared. And that's why he's very low on my list at 11, because the risk of him just not playing the full season is high because he's old as shit and he needs he needs as much rest as possible. But having him at 7, I think, is okay because he has some of the best weapons in the game and he has maybe the best coach in the game. Your 9 or your 8 and 9, we've already talked about. So that's Jaden
I will say real quick, 8 and 9, just to make you a little happier. I could switch those guys. I could definitely put Caleb above Jaden because I do agree with you. Jaden is more of he's gonna have a more running year. I mean, every year's been in the league. 2 years. 2 years, but
I don't see him going for 4,000 or even touching 38. Like I think it's gonna be a very much he has to do it.
He has Terry and who else does he have there?
Antonio Williams, Jacoby Lane, and Luke McCaffrey.
Yeah, that's right. So
and Chig Okonkwo.
Yeah, so that I could switch those guys. Caleb Williams, I think, is a better quarterback than Jaden Daniels, so I should have made that switch. But yeah,
and he has better assets. It's just a better coach situation. So yeah, 8 and 9 for you is Daniels Williams. My 8 was Dak. Now it's my turn to talk about someone you don't have on your list. So
This is bad, dude.
I don't understand where you're coming from. And I think
Okay,
this is where I'm gonna have
go
to throw
ahead.
some stats up just to
Go,
show you
throw
what he
stats.
did with no one last year.
I think he did good, Alex, but I guess what? I'm saying that.
I'm just pulling up stats. All right, perfect. Okay. So my number 9 is Jackson Dart, who I think is a
10, 10,
great
10, right?
value in the draft. What?
You had him at 10, right?
Oh yeah, my rankings have changed since I sent them to you last. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I got a little change up down at the end. I did some switching around. So yeah, number 9, Jackson Dart, who Joe does not have on his list, and he has in another section today that we'll get into. But Jackson Dart last year averaged, I think, 19 point something fantasy points per game when starting a full game. And that puts him into the elite category of fantasy scorers. Not only does he give you rushing, he also doesn't give a fuck about throwing the ball into coverage. He's Jameis Winston with rushing upside. I don't care if he throws interceptions. I don't care if he runs for 20 extra yards and gets hit in the head. Those are fantasy points, and he's always going for the extra ones. He gets Malik Neighbors back. He gets Isaiah Likely, Scattaboo. I like Harborough. It's a good little core. I just don't see where you can go wrong with Jackson Dart late in the draft and then drafting a stabilizer like Jared Goff and stacking those two. Because it's almost like I did that last year and it brought me to the championship game. So I don't really see why he's not in your top 12. I'm pretty sure you're going to say something along the lines of, well, he's inconsistent at Ole Miss and did this and then
No,
that. So, no. Okay. So I'm
no.
just crazy to have him on there because he has rushing
I
upside and throws the ball like a crazy man.
or you pretty much made my argument. He doesn't give a fuck about throwing into covered. That's gonna work 30% of the time, so it's gonna catch up to him. That's probably even too high, 25% of the time. And also, he also doesn't give a fuck about getting tackled, which yes, that's badass. But guess what? You can't stay stable in the NFL getting crushed every game.
What did I say?
The guy has already had 3 or 4 concussions, dude.
Maybe
This
5.
guy, maybe
Maybe
5.
5.
And this guy is going to be out of the league in 6 years. I don't like him. I don't think he's.
I think you're giving him way too many years. I think he's out of the league in like 3.5. I don't think he's in the league for very long. But I do think while he's in the league, he is going to be a fantasy asset that you can't get that late. Like I think he has top 5 upside late in the drafts. I think the fearlessness, I think all the things that you think are working against him are going to work for him in fantasy. And if I draft Jackson Dart, I am also drafting someone else late. I'm also drafting a Jared Goff, a Tyler Shuck, someone like just that is also going to be a pocket passer and just stable so that I can play a little bit of matchups. I do understand he's one of the biggest risks at quarterback. He is the biggest risk at quarterback because
That's
like
why
you
I
said,
took him off because I could see him being hurt week 3 and being an IR.
it could be
4.
the first play of the game. He could dive
Well,
forward and just get knocked out. Like that
that's
is
why
the
he's
risk
so
of Dart.
unstable. He's so
I know.
unstable in my opinion. So that's why I left him off.
Jackson Dart
Is good QB. Had him on my dynasty team last year. He did really well for me. I got a great package back for him, and I'm happy I traded him. That's not why I didn't put on my top 12. I put on my top 12 because of how unstable he is. Just like Matthew Stafford moved down on my list because of how old he is. So,
but that's good reason, and we see the upside, but we think it's going to end on different sides of the coin. So going into 10, I have Brock Purdy, who you have at 12.5. We already talked a little bit about Brock Purdy, so we know how you feel about him. I think Mike Evans is going to be the red zone target that he needs. I think CMC is such a stabilizer out of the backfield that he can't be bad. And I think Brock Purdy is one of the most underrated passers in the entire game. Like every time I watch him, I go, this dude's so fucking good. And then
he's accurate, very accurate.
And it's just like he plays such a pure game where I'm like, I don't think he could ever have a Burrow breakout year or like the years we're talking about for Herb and Burrow. I don't think Purdy could ever do. But I think Purdy's kind of like a Goff where he's just going to get these end of year stats that look good for the top 12, and you can play him against the right matchups because the Niners beat up on teams that are bad, and you can always play Purdy in those matchups because he's gonna because half the time he's throwing the touchdown to CMC.
Yeah,
like
CMC, and that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's that's kind of where I like. That's why I kind of want to give Purdy the 12.5 because I was in between my 12 and 12.5. I know I'm not supposed to have 12.5, but I did because I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, you made it yours.
So, but yeah, no, I think Brock Purdy is one of the better accurate QBs in the league. At times, Mac Jones just has a great time in the West Coast offense. So
I think Mac Jones being able to play with like no fear is the best way for him to possibly play.
He was making Kendrick Bourne look like a wide receiver 6 last year, dude.
The things he was looking insane. It was not sustainable, but it was very fun to watch Mac Jones have his spot in the sun. I did not love the Patriots pick of him, but I do think we did him a little dirty. Your number 10 is someone I don't have on my list, so hop in
real quick. 1 second, just want to go back to Brock Purdy. Another thing
I'll talk Brock Purdy all day.
No, real quick, the thing that scares me about Purdy and why I put him
the electromagnetic station.
No, because I think DEEBO is going to work great for him, but who do you think, you might guess the answer, has the oldest wide receiver record in the NFL this year?
Is this to set me up to say the 49ers, and it's not the 49ers?
It is the 49ers.
Well, yeah, because they have Kirk, Evans, Kittle,
right. That's what I'm saying.
DEEBO.
And they're playing at a power plant station. So, injuries. I mean, I love Kittle. Don't get me wrong, but that poor guy. But anyways, yeah.
Kittle's the same good Stafford argument where it's going to happen at some point.
Well, you could also have the same argument, too. Like, okay, they have the oldest wide receiver core. Those dudes can still play. I'm not saying Mike Evans can't play. I'm not saying, Kirk and whatever. I
don't think Kirk makes that roster.
I don't think he go back and hang out with Trevor Lawrence. But at the same time, you can make the other argument and say they're talented. They have the experience, so that could work out in Purdy's favor. Anyways, let's move on.
Okay, so your number 10 is?
Bo Nix, dude.
Bo Nix, who I do not have in my top 12.
And you have him in a different category. Yeah,
I do.
Bo Nix, he's been in the league for 2 years.
And he's 37.
Yes, he is. He was an older rookie. Bo Nix, I kind of want to hear your reasoning why he's not in your top 12, because the 2 years he's been in the league, he's passed for over 3,500 yards.
Joey
been over
hit me
20
with stats.
Been over 20 touchdowns each of his 2 years in the league. One shy of 30 his first year, and he has a low interception rate. And people can argue that that's a little high, but I don't think so. I think that was late game try to come back. And his QB rating is pretty good. Go ahead.
So perfect segue. Interceptions and late game comebacks. Bo Nix has been playing the fourth quarter like he's been playing the rest, like all of us. It's not this like game of points. It's this oh fuck situation. Chuck. Like I think he's so reckless. Like even if he's not throwing interceptions, these throws don't make sense to me. And I just watch him play, and I don't get it. And Sean Payton's a great coach. So I can get with him being in a top 12 because Sean Payton's going to coach. He's going to coach him there.
He was 70 yards shy of his 4,000 yards last year. So, I
know. I think I'm a generational hater on Bo Nix, and it's the eye test for me. It's, do I trust my gut or do I trust my nut? I got to trust one of them. And I think I'm going to trust my gut on this one. And my gut tells me he's not a good quarterback.
Wow.
He's had to play from behind a lot of situations.
Defense sucks.
He gets Jalen Waddle.
That's pretty good.
He gets their defense is so fucking good. He gets Jalen Waddle, which is going to be helpful because they had nobody. Like Troy Franklin's not the answer. Pat Bryant's not the answer. Marvin Mims is not the answer. Cortland Sutton's there for 2 more years. He's old as shit.
Troy Franklin is a poor man's booty, dude. Come on.
100%.
Thank you.
I do think Sutton moving into the 2 role is good, and I think Waddle in the 1 is going to be really, really good.
Oh, you
I
think that's
just
how it's gonna go? You don't think
yeah,
Sutton's gonna hold one? Okay, I
no,
didn't really think
no.
about that, but
I think because a Waddle fits a Sean Payton offense, and that's the other issue with Payton. He spreads the ball around so much, but I do think Waddle comes in as just the 1 because he's
I
just
agree with you.
yeah,
Thinking about it now, because
he
Sutton,
can run
I
more
didn't
more
like.
routes. He
Yeah, I
wasn't
didn't like Sutton at a 1, dude. I think he might
he
thrive as a 2,
I think he
but
will. I think he's going to have
yeah.
a really sneaky fantasy season. And I think he's worth of the pick this year because you don't pay anything for him, and
Mhm.
he's gonna be on the field a lot. And if we think the Broncos are going to do anything like they did last year, they're 14-3. So like I don't think the Broncos are going to be bad. I just don't love Bo Nix.
Okay,
But I think
I
Cortland
do.
Sutton. I do think this conversation though has put me in on Sutton, and I wasn't really in on Waddle because I'm afraid of his injury, obvious history. But if Sutton's the 2, that's a sneaky flex.
Yeah, I was just thinking that when we were talking about it. I didn't even think about that flex there.
Less focus on him.
Yeah.
And then so anything else you want to say about Bo Nix?
Oh, that's it. I think I'm just. Yeah, that's a shame we don't have him top 12. But anyways, yeah, we're good. Move on.
Well, okay. So I mean, the end of the list for me is Stafford and Goff, and then the end of your list is Goff, Love, Purdy. I had Love on my list. I took Love off my list. If I had a 12 and a half, it'd be Jordan Love.
Perfect. Let's just make it your 12 and a half then.
He's my 12 and my half. He's a 12 and a half. Jared Goff's my 12. I'm not even going to let you talk about Jared Goff because you already.
Kind of did as an inside joke, but yeah, I mean, it's the putting him on my list. But Jared Goff, yeah, whatever. He's
Going
fine.
to just play enough downs to get there. It's not sexy. He's someone
Yeah.
you draft when you take a chance on Dart.
He's a system QB. I get it.
Yeah. And Jordan Love, I think could be one of the biggest risers out of this ranking. So Jordan Love, I think the argument there is he has a great supporting cast. I like Watson. I like Reed. I like Kraft. I like Josh Jacobs. Coach situation, nothing's changed there. It's the same thing.
234, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. So yeah, it's such a bad game. Best
But
game of his
still,
fucking
like
career.
I don't remember it because like kind of what you said
He
about
doesn't
Jared Goff.
he doesn't play a fun game of football.
No, what you said about Jared Goff, he's gonna like get to he's gonna get you the downs. He's gonna go down the field slowly.
Yep.
I think Jordan Love is gonna be better. I put Jared Goff ahead. I feel like he's more of a veteran. He's more consistent. Jordan Love, I feel like is still. That's why I didn't know if I should call him a veteran because I feel like he still has a lot of learning to do. And I feel like
proving to do consistency wise.
Proven, sure, that's a better word. I do really like his wide receivers though, but yeah, and then I love Kraft, obviously. So
love Kraft cheese. Yeah, so all right, so that rounds out the top 12. I'll have them up the whole time. Take a look at them. Obviously, I'm right, Joe's wrong. All right, the next segment is still on quarterbacks. We're going to go into the quarterback bust and sleeper picks. This is a good segue because we're not going to talk about these two very much because we already pled our cases. My QB bust, Bo Nix. You already heard me say it. Your bust is
Jackson Dart.
And we already heard you say it. So we don't need to dive into those anymore. But our sleeper picks are 2 guys we have not spoken about. And one of them I love. One of them I don't. So we'll start with the one I love, and that is mine. It is Tyler Shuck out of New Orleans for the New Orleans Saints. Joe hates him. One of Joe's least favorite players in the league.
I don't know why.
Can't get with him. Hates him because he ain't him. But Tyler Shuck in a Kellen Moore offense could be JJ McCarthy and still put up 4,000 yards. I think whether it's Jordan Tyson, Chris Olave, the pace of play, the amount of plays they run, and Shuck end of the year, great when I think he averaged 17 or 18 fantasy points a game, which is good. But I think Shuck is a sleeper. He's someone you can get late. He's someone, if you draft Jackson Dart, you can draft Tyler Shuck and then play that stream. Your sleeper isn't even
threw for 2,300 yards in 5 games. I mean, that's not terrible.
No, that's not. Do the math. That's pretty
but
fucking good.
He averaged like He averaged more than one interception a game.
Yeah, that has to go to
QBR would have 48, dude.
But that is the same they were playing from behind so much. He was just hucking and chucking it.
No, I'm just giving you crap. I don't know.
But why don't you like what you just don't like Chuck? Is it just like something in your groin? All right. So yeah, moving on
watching,
to
no, hang on. I just don't like watching. I don't like watching the Saints. I hate the Saints.
What?
I don't know why they don't. I know you said this word a lot. They don't excite me, Alex. They don't excite me. You got Kamara who just beats people
Trevor Etienne.
I don't want
Travis. Sorry,
Trevor.
Trevor's brother in Carolina. But all right, so they don't spark you joy. You don't like their assets. You don't like the way they play. Whatever.
Listen, prove me wrong.
Joe's not drafting Chuck. I will. All right. Your sleeper pick. You're gonna have to prove something because I don't even know if he's gonna play a game this year. So your sleeper pick is,
and that's why he's my sleeper pick. Mendoza,
Fernando Mendoza, the 101 from the Oakland Raiders, the backup to Kirk Cousins, is Joe's sleeper pick. Go, Joe.
And the reason why I felt really confident with the sleeper pick is you already said it, and I'm going to add one more thing. So, yes.
He's not going to play, so you can't be wrong.
No.
I think he can't be bad.
No. So, no. Did you see Kirk Cousins doing that like running drill the other day?
Have you seen Kirk Cousins do any drill in the past 5 years? It's all looked the same.
Dude, I'm just saying Kirk Cousins
pre-Achilles, post-Achilles. It all looked the same. We know what Kirk Cousins is. It's 3 steps and no mobility.
Give me Washington Kirk Cousins. I know everyone's going to say, oh, he was young then. Yeah. I fucking know he was young then. Dude, he was god-awful with the Atlanta Falcons. God-awful. Awful.
But here we
go.
He was awful, but what was he good for? The fantasy options around him. Drake London was great with him. Kyle Pitts was great. Yes, he was. Look up Drake London's targets with Kirk Cousins because they were high. He hyper targets because he's old. And you want to know what old guys can't do? Really stay in the pocket that long. And you want to know what they usually do? Throw it to their first read. You want to know what their first read usually is? Their best wide receiver. So
do you think any defensive coach right now is thinking that?
No, but that's the thing is like, I don't care. You like Drake London could get 22 targets and catch 10 of them and still go for 106 yards and a touchdown. I'm not playing Kirk Cousins. I'm not playing Mendoza. I'm playing Brock Bowers.
Kirk Cousins is going to be week 1 starter. Kirk Cousins will be QB2 by week 4.
You think week 4 Mendoza is starting?
Yep.
Well, we got to look up the bye week.
It's week 4. No, I'm kidding. I
swear to God, if it's week 4. Oh, wow. Week 13. So I do think they can't wait till week 13 to make that switch because that's way too long in the season.
Do you think Mendoza seriously plays a game this year?
Let me look at their schedule. Because here's the issue.
I don't think he holds up. I don't think Kirk Cousins holds up. Injury-wise or just play-wise, I don't think he holds up. But
let's see how far into the season they have to get before they're not going to be like getting absolutely murdered.
Don't get me wrong.
So game one of the season is the Dolphins. So if you're going to start Mendoza, that's a great first game.
Kirk Cousins is going to look like an MVP that game. Who cares?
And I think that's the problem. Yeah, their schedule is weird. There's really no clear week that Mendoza could come back or not come back, but like play.
Week 4.
I just think if you're the Raiders, you're protecting your asset, and your asset is someone that's going to be there hopefully for the next 15 years. And
I can see that.
Protecting that asset is also getting that asset more assets, and doing that is getting the number 101 and drafting Jeremiah Smith or someone like that and like getting him a true one wide receiver. I just don't see the benefit of him playing for the Raiders I don't see them as an organization like right now being like, let's put Mendoza out there just to see what he's got. I think they know exactly what he's got. I think they're comfortable with what he's got. It's more like, why risk anything at this point by playing him?
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you and like 100%. I just think the Raiders have been bad for a very long time,
and they're like itching to be good.
Yeah, and I think Mendoza is going to have a good career, and I mean, Who
I
knows?
think
But
he's going to have a Kirk Cousin-esque career. I think he's going to have a Jared Goff-esque career. I think he's going to be
yeah,
very solid.
I could definitely compare him to that. I could see that. What's that? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh boy, they faced the
It's like
Chiefs
a
week
weird,
4.
it's like a weird back and forth of like easy, hard matchups. But
And then, dude, I was gonna say week 4 or week 6 because that's when like Drake May came in. But Chiefs, Patriots, Bills.
yeah, and
No
it's like
way.
you want Kirk
And
Cousins
then
playing those.
and then
You
the
want Kirk
Rams,
to,
dude.
yeah, you
What
want
is
Kirk to eat. Yeah, that's Kirk.
week week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7, week 8 against the Jets?
That could be a good week to come in. That could be a good
Yeah.
week to come in. But reality is Kirk gets hurt in the Chiefs game in the third quarter and Mendoza plays the rest of the year. That's probably what's going to happen.
Or the
I don't think
Dolphins.
that's what they want to happen. But yeah, but we talked, but why is he your sleeper? What do you think he's gonna bring to fantasy?
Mendoza, I just think watching him
Other
in
than like you
Indiana.
really think he's cute.
No, I don't even think he's cute, dude. And he's kind of a weirdo, but
I think you like that. I think you like the
no,
weird in him. Yeah, I
no,
think you
I
like
don't.
it. He's like
I
squeak.
love,
He's squeaky clean.
I love Drake. I love Drake May, and he's like the most mellow guy out there. So,
Okay, but why Mendoza for fantasy?
so Mendoza for fantasy. So I, I already kind of said it. I think Kirk Cousins either gets hurt or his play is terrible. Mendoza's going to come in. Mendoza's going to shock the world. There's always that one NFL script that says, "Hey, we got to make the first overall pick good," and they bring in Mendoza, and all of a sudden Mendoza's making all these wild passes
Fucking
and
script.
yeah, the script, dude. The script is calling for Mendoza to be on that field because, like you already
Okay.
said, the Raiders don't have a good overall team at all, and
Mm-hmm.
Mendoza's going to come in and he's going to save the Raiders and make them cool again. So that's why I think Mendoza's my sleeper.
Okay. All right. Moving on. So we're gonna do favorite stacks not named Burrow, Chase, and Higgins, and I'm gonna go first. My stack is Big Herb and Lad McConkey. I obviously would like Lad as my stack, but I also love Quentin Johnson as a cheap stack late in drafts. I've been loving Huge as my flex or my second flex. I think that whole situation, we spoke about it. Mike McDaniel is going to be turning that around, and I think they're going to be utilized how they should be utilized. I don't think Keenan Allen comes back. I think whether it's Lad or Huge, I think you're getting a very solid wide receiver every week. I do not think Lad will be a wide receiver 1. I think he'll be a very high wide receiver 2 between the 19 and 15 range. You like the Chargers.
I no, I was waiting for you to finish. I love your stack, and
Okay.
I would have followed you. I just didn't want to have the same thing, and
That's
I
fair.
don't even really like my stack, but I'm just like I'm just going for like the late picks and like versatility, like I guess.
Okay, but I'm going to make you pick on this one. I'm going to make you pick. You can't
Okay.
have this 3 because my 3 is because we like all 3 of them. Your 3 is because you don't know which one is the stack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm also going for late, like, and I think you kind of did the same thing, but I'm also
right,
going
like something
for
that
like
has a good price.
yes, and that's why I went not even my top 12 QBs. I
No,
went
neither of us, which is I had him in there and I took his ass out.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence, Brian Thomas, and Parker Washington stack. Washington showed some glimmer of hope last year, here and there in a couple games. So 2 late wide receivers, late-ish wide receivers. That's why I put that stack. And Trevor Lawrence, dude, I think he easily could be a top 12 QB easily. I just feel like he hasn't really had the supporting cast, but you can say about anyone because Josh Allen really hasn't supported cast. He's been great, but
I think people are really like a lot of people are in on the Jaguars as a very high powered offense. A lot of people really believe in the Liam Cohen. They believe that it's going to just be this like how I just believed in the Bears to be this like kind of gold mine. Everyone seems to think that the Jags are going to be that this year. I don't think that. I think they're going to be just pretty good. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is consistent enough to be that guy. Parker Washington is a 93.9 ADP right now.
Oh yeah, I had him at 95. So
And then
whatever.
Brian Thomas is at 86.1 right now on Yahoo.
Dude, what about a Jordan Love and Watson stack, dude?
You're not getting off your stat. Do you want to
No,
change it?
okay. No, you're good. I'm
Because
keeping Trevor.
I like Jordan Love, Watson stack. You can go to that, but if you're keeping
Nah.
this one, I need you to answer. Brian
BTJ
Thomas.
had an off year. BTJ had an off year, and I think I'm gonna stick with Trevor Lawrence and Brian Thomas.
Because they're Brian Thomas and Parker Washington essentially the same price right now.
Yeah.
And so no fear with Jacoby Myers, who has an extension.
He's wide receiver 1, but I just think go ahead.
No fear. Yes or no?
Fear in what? Like taking away targets from Brian Thomas?
Like you don't think he's gonna like be enough of a take the focus away.
I don't know because he did last year.
And then what about Travis Hunter?
Travis Hunter, I think they need to just pick one side for him. Like I think we talked about this, and maybe run like third down plays with him on offense.
Have him just in the 20s.
Yeah, he needs to. Yeah, or that's what you said. Yeah, have him like the red zone, dude, or whatever. But just, dude, I think he needs to focus on defense. I think that's where his strength is, in my opinion.
Pick a side.
I'm just hopeful for Brian Thomas this year, I guess. I think he's a good wide receiver. I think he was a little butthurt last year because Jacoby Myers just like came in there and just was like
traded for him.
Yeah, that guy.
And then Parker Washington's end of the season was some wide receiver 1 borderline stats.
Yeah.
Like he was unreal. So like the competition, it's good for real football. I worry there's too many mouths to feed and it's not going to be a full plate for all of them.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our stacks, not named Chase, Burrow, or Higgins. And now we're going into jersey swap.
Jersey swap time. Red and blue, silver and gold, boring or bold. Jersey swap time.
So this week we did the 90s, and I took a guess at what you were going to go with, Joe.
No, you got it.
I got it. All right, so I'll start with mine. I had originally said the OG teal dolphin ones. Then I said, Alex, we can't keep doing this.
I love those.
Those are dope. But we can't keep doing this. We're on the East. We keep picking these East teams. We talked about the Dolphins last week. So I went with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers creamsicle jerseys with the OG, like Zorro-looking pirate.
Matt's going to love that.
Yep. And then Joey went with the classic New England Bledsoe Blues.
And it could be, because Alex didn't check with me, he's right, but it could be the Pat Patriots. But
when I think 90s, I think Bledsoe Blue.
I do too. I do. Yeah.
100%.
And they need to bring those back. I hope they bring those back. There's been rumored about it, but I hope they do.
That would be, if they brought those back, I'd buy the jersey so fast.
Which player?
Ben Watson.
Wait, no. Who's on the team now? It's gotta be like a
well, I mean, if I'm making an actual bet, I'm buying a Drake May jersey because I don't trust any other player to be on it. Yeah, but if I'm doing it based off of like if I have Gonzalez.
Gonzo? I have Gonzo's rivalry jersey.
Yeah, number 0 in the Bledsoe Blue would be sick.
Yeah.
A number 0 in the Bledsoe Blue.
I like
that's
that.
What I
would go? I would probably go like, dude, Milton Williams. I would love that. I would get Milton Williams.
Oh, Millie. Okay.
Yeah.
I like my that. Pick. I like that. So that's jersey swap. I'll put up the images and we can take a look at each other in the uniforms and look really cute.
Mm-hmm.
But that brings us to the end of everything, Joe. Do you have any other salty tidbits?
No, I'm just really excited for this year to start. Right. I'm really excited. I hope I get the number 1 overall pick, and I never usually want it, but I hope I do.
No, I want 101, 102, 103, 104, 105.
I'm gonna get like 109 probably.
If I get 112, I'm gonna go buy a gun and shoot myself in the dick because
All right, well,
I can't
now
do
this
that.
is getting flagged.
All right, so that brings us to the end. We don't want to see each other's faces anymore. Everybody stay salty, be good. Pew 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 pew.
Love you guys.
Bye, Joey.
Hello, salty boy.